So as many of you know, Nigel Farage's mode of operation is usually twofold. Either one, he comes up with a simple answer to a complex problem, or two, he complains about a problem without offering any sort of solution. Well, in the clip I'm about to play, he does the second by telling us who he blames for the migrant crossing issue without providing any serious answers as to how he would resolve it. But if you read between the lines in what he says, I think we can decipher what his solutions actually are. Let's take a listen.
One on France from Steve in Nottingham. He says, question for Nigel, what would he do about France when the small boats are turned back?
Well, there is UNCLOS law of the sea that would absolutely allow us to do that. Of course there'd be a huge diplomatic incident.
Yeah.
Of that there is no doubt. Of that there is no doubt at all. The current course we're on is failing. And we can sit and criticise the French, who've already had £800 million.
Yeah.
Even if the French do their stuff and start dragging them out of the water, those boats are launching from Dunkirk down to Berck.
Yeah.
It's 100 miles of French beach. We will never stop the boats from leaving France. They need 10,000 soldiers on the beaches to stop every boat from going. The reason they're coming isn't the French's fault. The reason they're coming, it's our fault.
Yes.
It's about time we faced up to that.
Yeah.
So it seems clear to me then that he's moved on from blaming the French, which is what he used to do, and is now blaming the British government. And from that we can only deduce that if he were in office, he would seek a few options. First, order the Navy to start pushing the boats back, which we're not even sure they would do. Number two, if the Navy do start pushing the boats back, then the fallout will be a diplomatic row with the French, which he is very prepared to have. And the third possible option is to leave the ECHR, which he's already been talking about for a long time. And that sounds great to the people who worship the ground Nigel Farage walks on. But if you think leaving the EU caused us damage, which it did both economically and politically, leaving the ECHR with the world in the current situation it faces would be an absolutely catastrophic disaster for the UK. In other words, it's just a lot of chaos for very little payoff. Now, I don't doubt that the boat problem is a problem, but it's a tiny problem in comparison to all of the other problems we're facing in this country. And it's being turned into something much bigger for the single reason of getting Nigel Farage elected so that he can make his wealthy backers even richer. He doesn't give a rat's ass about people coming on boats, and there's nothing he's ever going to be able to do to stop the boats without turning the streets into an authoritarian hellhole. And that never ends well. And it won't end well in the USA, and it's certainly not going to end well here.